Welcome back to WaldorfSalad Skyrim Special Edition walkthrough. So we've been asked the existential question, who are we? And you can see that we have the option here of checking our mods and seeing what mods we have installed. We have the option of saving and changing our settings, and so what I'm going to do now is just talk you through all the different mods that I've got installed to work with this. Now I've got heaps of them installed. I think I've got about 80 or many anyway installed, because it changes the game entirely from what it was many years ago now when it first came out for PS3. And so much of the game, apart from just looking a little bit better, and not a lot better, but a little bit better without the mods, it's pretty much the same as what you'd be able to get these days on an old PS3 version. But the thing that's really uniquely different about the PS4 version is, of course, these things. And you can see it's taking hours to load them all for us to have a look at and see which ones I've got functioning inside the game. So to give you an overview of the kinds of mods you can have mods that make the game what's called overpowered or OP, where you're just essentially a god strolling around. You can't be killed, you can use anything you want, and you can wear anything you want and you'll still be super powerful and nobody will be able to hurt you. You can do that if you just want to experience the story of the game. Then my advice would be to grab something like a kind of Ring of God mode or something like that, and then literally just stroll through the game, secure the knowledge that you're going to win every fight, and you'll never be kind of shut down, and you don't really need to worry about strategy or anything like that going into those battles. But if you want to enjoy the game, I think you need to understand that it has first-person shooter kind of aspects to it. So here's what I've got in. I've got Dirty Tricks, which when we're sneaking, adds a bit of power. Extremely powerful marksman perks. So once we are really strong at using our bow, it'll be a little bit stronger. Immersive leveling, so the leveling is slightly faster, and some of it's the same. So in our case, two-handed, archery and sneak, all again a level at the same speed as the other stuff. And you can see greatsword's speed increase, standing stone tweaks, and I'll point out some of the interesting ones. The Darkwater Home, there's a beautiful home there for an Argonian, which has a lot of stuff in it, which is fun. We won't really use that, but it's there. Some mods to beef up the look of cities. Lower the weight of firewood. Oh, so slightly. A wolf pack, because my plan is to literally have a pack of wolves as the follower. No people, but just wolves and things like that. Upgradable ebony blade. We want to use a weapon called the ebony blade, and there was a problem with it, which was that even though it's a two-handed weapon, there was a glitch that meant that it upgraded on the one-handed weapon tree, which is a mistake. So that's been fixed. Dragon tweaks to make them stronger, more powerful. Skyrim is windy, and things of this nature. As I say, there's 88 of the things. These are the ones I've got going through. You can see on the left there. These are added enemies. And this just, if we save dragon souls, it encourages us to go out and kill dragons, because the more we save, if we don't spend them on shouts, it improves us and increases us. Extra weapons, being able to learn the enchantments of lots of weapons, kill moves, which are really cool. An axe we can pick up, that's from Morrowind, Dragonborn DLC. Dense grass, wood cutting, wood cutting block. That's a lovely little one that I recommend, and it means that that you can just sort of just set yourself to cutting woods and walk away, as opposed to having to wait till it does 3 and then do it again, which is really annoying, especially for a PS4. On a PC or something like that, you can just set it and forget it, but on a PS4 you can't. City upgrades, RPG mode is a really nice one. Alters how we think and talk, and it makes it feel more like an old school text-based RPG, and that'll make sense when we look at it. Kitsune in Candle Hearth and Windhelm is a little follower. Miko is an unarmored husky, and you can pick him up, and we will pick him up at Miko's shack. Kaj, you know what? Going to get rid of Kaj. Not going to bother with Kaj. Kaj is a cat, but not particularly useful. And he will now protect and defend you. He will run a little quicker to keep up with you. Still to be fixed in a laydown animation. And he doesn't really do much in terms of attacking and protecting us. Beards, more beard variety. Coffee is in the game. Empowered, change some food to allow us to make sandwiches and things like that, to make food more interesting. Enchantment here, 9 new enchantments: Empower Destruction, Illusion Conjuration. We're not going to use any of those. There are some more enchantments that can be added inside Fallion's house in Morthal, including Critical Strike chance, Voice, Shout, Recharge chance, Berserker, increases damage dealt. So you can add those as things, and that's going to be in Fallion's house in Morthal. I'd forgotten all about that. We'll go there. Spell scaling. Horse tweak to make them faster and better. Beefed up fixed a couple of problems with a few things. So the Rueful Axe, which is a Daedric axe in this game, has now got a bit of muscle behind it, which of course it should, because it's supposed to be, and it just wasn't set that way. Dogs of War, so we're going to pick up some doggies in Winterhold. This is a particularly useful one. Makes the dogs get out of our way. You need to have that if you're going to have a dog pack, because they just stand in front of you all the time. Or worse still, when you leave a building, all 4 of them or all 5 of them just standing in front of you. Vanilla perks is just going to clean up some issues with the perk tree in the vanilla game, as it's called. Perk compatibility here, allowing us to improve some items. Then the essential and multiple followers things, just so we can have lots of doggies. Bleeding. Hiljarken changes the bigger farm field for Hiljarken, and Draco's manor upgrade, Hiljarken manor upgrade, Hiljarken Hall, turns Hiljarken outside Dawnstar into a lovely place to build our house. You still have to build your house, but it really looks the part. So we'll be doing something interesting with that. Hearthfire Cellar, we don't need that. Battle of the Butts and the Behemoths. Now these are very, very difficult dragons. There are a couple at Neo can be found at Arcwind Point, and each dragon has treasures there for us. They are really stupidly powerful, and I'm looking forward to those, and some more quests that I've thrown in, including this one. Boethia. Attack damage is equivalent to a Dragonbone sword. It's a Daedric Dragonbone sword, Goldbrand or something. Looks like a one-handed sword. Delves of the Stone Legion, Trial of the Stone Legion, and some bug fixes. Ebony armor neck fix, because that's and the ebony armor is going to be light armor. That'll make sense later on. Disenchantable stuff. You should be able to learn the enchantments from various things. Ring of God mode, in case we absolutely need it to do something. It's a ring you can put on if you need to do something silly, like if you want to sort of grind to do something like upgrade armor or something like that. You can pop that ring on and just sit there and be punched by a giant till your armor upgrades, and then take it off again. Rueful Axe lifts and Invincible Dogs of Skyrim to allow them to become what's called it's not really invincible. It actually just makes them kind of imperative or something like that, which of course means that those dogs are only you can kill them. They won't be killed by other NPCs. Settings. Our gameplay we're going to take it down to adept to start, then we'll push it up to expert after not so long at all. The controls, etc., should be the way you want them. So we'll leave it there, and next time we'll come back, build our character, and then push on with through the first part of the game.